everyone. This is Elena with Glass Factory. We're at Governor's Ball in New York City, and we're here with Brooke, who is a body positive TikTok influencer. So, Brooke, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Brooklynne. I am 17 years old and I'm originally from Canada but moved to LA. And I create a lot of body positive fashion and makeup content online. I'm just really excited to be at Gov Ball today.
So how did you first kind of get started on talking about body positivity? I feel like that's not something that people kind of just fall into, but how did you find your way into talking about that?
I mean, for me personally, it was definitely, it was something that I always grew up feeling and knowing that I wanted to talk about. I found Instagram posts back from when I was in like grade 6 talking about it, which is funny.
I think it shows a lot that you were so conscious about it at such an early age, but I think that's something that kind of reflects on society where women, especially young girls, but everybody is forced to be really aware of it from such a young age. So when was that first moment that you realized that this was something that was impacting you on a very deep level?
I think I started talking about it because I started feeling it at around 6th grade, and I always kind of had to remind myself, but even though I talk about it, didn't mean that I wouldn't look in the mirror and not be happy with what I saw because of comparison to other people and the pressure that society puts on us to look a certain way,
Yeah.
feel like you need to look this way. And I looked at other people and I'm like, well, why don't I look like them? And it was really realizing that the only person you can be is yourself, and you're beautiful and you're all right.
Love that. I love that. So how do you go about creating the content that you put on out for your followers to see?
I usually just go about whenever I get an idea. Sometimes it's I see a post online or I have an interaction with someone or something I go through, but that's usually the root of wherever it comes from is inspiration from things that happen in my life or things that I see online.
Yeah.
And I just figure out how to make that into something accessible for everyone to see.
That's awesome. I think especially with the pandemic, there has been this huge push for people to be super aware of their mental health, and that obviously leads into other topics such as body positivity because that really does impact your mental health. So do you think that it was kind of a perfect storm, just you being able to grow a TikTok following during the pandemic with the messaging that you were putting out?
Oh, 100%, because before quarantine started, I had about 50K followers on TikTok, and I was just kind of posting, and then right when quarantine hit, I was doing online school, and suddenly I had all this free time, and I really needed something for my own mental health to keep me going, to keep me happy, because I grew up doing dance and musical theater, and then all of a sudden, it was all ripped away with the pandemic, and I'm like, now what do I do? Because I'm an expressive person, I need to have something to express with. So then TikTok just kind of fell, and I was already kind of doing it, and I just full sent it, and I went from 50K followers to over 1 million in a month.
Oh my
which
gosh.
was insane.
What? I can't do the math in my head, but that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Over 1 million. And then as that started to grow, I remember I think I hit 100K, and I was like, I have a platform. I can reach so many people.
Yeah.
I want to reach them with something that I'm passionate about, something I know, which is body positivity. And I just started slowly creating the content, and it fell into a regular routine because it's something that I wanted my followers to feel was empowered and confident, so that maybe if they wanted to create content online like myself, chase it, go for it.
Over the past. So wherever there's growth, there's always bound to be some negativity, right? So, I think there's always people out there, whether they're just trolling or if they genuinely believe that there's something wrong with the body positivity movement. How have you faced any negativity?
A lot, honestly. I remember actually this happened one night ago. I remember I was going through my old Instagram photos and kind of archiving, and I went to one of me. I was 13, 14 at the time in 7th grade, and there was about 500 comments, and I was like, I don't remember getting this many comments in 7th grade. Let me go check out what's going on here. And and it was a photo of me in Mexico in kind of a tighter dress. It was a full body photo, and the comments, the 500 comments that encompassed this was full of, wow, she gained weight. I guess all the McDonald's she was eating really caught up to her. Just an entire spiral of nasty, nasty comments, and I just wish that people would realize that no matter what's going on in someone's life, because you don't know their health, you don't know what's going on. Like, a lot of people eat perfectly healthy and just aren't a size 0, or vice versa. Someone could like eat healthy and just not be able to gain weight, and realize that just treat people like a human being, no matter what size they are. It breaks down to that.
So how do you deal with the negative? How do you deal with the negativity?
There's definitely a time where it was really hard. I believe it was back in January where I was not having a good time at all. But it was just remembering for me to push through and dealing with the negativity, because I knew that there was people out there that I was reaching that it would make a difference for, and also that it was keeping myself happy, because being confident helps me like every day, and remembering that everyone's gonna have something to say, because the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's really about who you are on the inside as well, and not even your outside appearance.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, beauty goes away. You know, we all get old at some point. Like, I love that you're so perceptive at such a young age. So, what are some of like the key? What would you say some of your like key influences have been, just kind of throughout your life, that have led you to a point where you can like really be yourself and put yourself out there in a very confident and like holistic manner, and like not let the hate get to you, because you know that what you're doing is having a positive impact?
I mean, definitely my supporters were like a big one. They truly, like, everything that I do, anytime I'm low, I just go on, and I'm like, there's all these people that love me, and my friends, my family, such an awesome support system. But then also, like, Lizzo is amazing. I absolutely adore her, as well as there's a lot of body positivity influencers on TikTok, and especially the dancer Amanda LeCount. She is amazing. Done so much. There's like truly so many people that make it so much easier every day.
So speaking of community, have you been able to like collaborate, or like have you been able to meet any of the people that almost like got you started on this?
Yeah. So people that I've met that was really cool. I actually collaborated with BB Rexa around a year ago. So I went over and we made some. She was amazing. We made some body, because she's very outspoken about that. So getting to meet her and create content was just amazing. That's probably the biggest one. But also Amanda LeCount, I've had the honor of collaborating with, and a lot of other people. It's just so.
Oh my gosh. She met BB Rexa when she was like 16. Like, that is crazy. Oh my
And
god.
she is amazing, in case anyone was wondering. Absolutely lovely human being, as expected.
Oh my gosh, you are an absolutely lovely human being, though. So, you know, I'm sure she's saying the same thing about you. Do you have any like final, or I guess before I get to final thoughts, what is a piece of advice that you would leave to young women, young girls, young men, boys, you know, anybody who's dealing with self-identity or self-image issues, or multiple things? Like, what's like, if you could talk to somebody who was in your position before you came on this journey, what would you want to say to them?
Honestly, just screw everyone who's negative and have something negative to say, because usually when people are being overly negative and just trying to rip you down, they're usually, it sounds cheesy, but they're usually jealous of something that you have, or they're miserable with their own lives. And just have confidence in yourself, because that will truly take you so far. Know who you are on the inside, and then your outside will just follow and know exactly who it needs to be. And then just go for whatever you love. If you want to do social media, go do it, because truly, like, it won't happen overnight. But if you love it, just go give 110%. Screw what other people think, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get there someday. And I think that sums it up. Thank you for having me. It's been awesome to get to sit down and have a conversation.
I cannot wait to see where you're at in like 1 or 2 years, and just like see you become more of yourself. So thank you for sitting with us.
Having me.
Appreciate it.